Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, we're talking about Ashley Gonzalez. Y'all were saying, well, they haven't fired her yet. Well, she's fired now. She's fired now and not a minute too soon. I don't know what she was thinking, and I don't know who she thinks she is. Going on a rant and telling the world how much she hates black people and how she enjoys saying the N word and how much at peace she is when she says the N word. But you know what? I'm not one of those black people who says, why don't anybody like us? Why does everybody hate us? We haven't done anything to this heifer or anybody like her. So whatever she has against black people is inside of her spirit, not mine. And when I came on social media, and I'm never going to forget that, black men were pedestalizing women like this, talking about they were feminine and that they were submissive and that they know how, and that they knew how to treat a man and they were so much better than black women. Well, this is what you got and this is what you deserve. Every one of them who said that about these Hispanic women or Latino women or whatever they call themselves, they deserve them. And all of these people that we have done nothing to hate us, I don't care. I think the black people in Houston did the right thing, and I want to shout out to all of the black people in Houston who went to the Houston Police Department and said, not on our watch. She's got to go today. They said she was relieved of her duty, which made everybody think that she was fired. Well, I thought she was fired, but she wasn't fired. They relieved her of her duties with pay. And this is what the black people were saying.
Fire her today! 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 Nation to use this infrastructure. Not in our city! Not in our city! Not in our city! Not in our city!
It's because we want them to draw a line in the sand, not only for the community, but for the good cops that they have in them. Because if they turn around and give her the opportunity to resign, that's a slap in everybody's face. And I'm letting you know it's going to be some smoke in the city.
Let me be crystal clear. I have no faith in HPD's administration in this case because it is a slap in the face to everyone in the city to say she's on administrative leave. They watch the same dirty lowdown video that the whole world has seen. And you mean to tell me you can do that and be put on administrative leave to where the taxpayers are still paying her salary? She should have been fired on the spot. Mayor Whitmire should have told the police chief, she's fired today or you both are fired today. He had the power to fire her on the spot. So she should have been fired. Terminate, 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 terminate.
And just so these immigrants and all of these other people will know, black people are not afraid to come out for something that they care about. Now, this is Dr. Candace Matthews, and she is an activist down in Houston. And so she's been speaking out against this ever since this incident happened. Ashley Gonzalez and people like her need to know that when something like this goes down, you don't have that many friends because how many people are out there standing up for her? See, even white people don't do that. They do this because they think they're impressing white people. because white people go behind closed doors and say things like that. They say the N word to these immigrants. And they do all this low down stuff with these immigrants, but they have sense enough not to do it in public. These immigrants, some of them don't have sense enough to know you don't do it in public. Nobody cares how you feel about them. But here's the thing about somebody in law enforcement. This woman says that if a black person calls me today, they're going to jail. Now, that was discrimination that she wasn't even trying to hide. So they should have fired her on the spot. But this is what they said. Houston Police Department has terminated Officer Ashley Gonzalez after a viral video showed her making repeated racist remarks and using racial slurs, including the N word and chimps, toward black people. Gonzalez, who had been on paid leave since the department became aware of the video, was placed on leave earlier in the week while HPD's Internal Affairs conducted an investigation in compliance with state civil service laws. The case was referred to Internal Affairs and she met with her superiors before her termination. Well, I would love to have been in that room to see what her reaction was when she found out that her reward for making that racist video was to be terminated from her job. Houston's police department chief condemned her conduct, calling it abhorrent, disgusting, and entirely unacceptable and deeply disturbing, stating it had no place in law enforcement or in our community. Houston Mayor John Whitmire echoed these sentiments, calling the remarks outrageous and reprehensible and pledging zero tolerance for racism. The video prompted protests outside HPD headquarters, led by activists Cornell X and Candace Matthews, who demanded accountability. The Houston chapter of the NAACP, the Houston Police Officers Union, and other leaders denounced the behavior and called for disciplinary action. Well, she was bold. She just came on out and told that unprovoked. Nobody asked her about how she felt about black people because nobody cared. But since she decided to share that, that is what her sharing got her fired from her job. Now, maybe she has something else lined up with Bill Gates or Fox News or Ed Bloom or somebody who really appreciates this kind of behavior from a human being or for what passes as a human being. But I am really proud of the black people of Houston for not letting this go and for making their voices heard. Because really and truly, people need to understand we don't care how they feel about us. They just need to do their job and they need to do it in a fair way. Or they need to be fired, just like she was. So, y'all, she is fired. And y'all stop asking why people dislike us. Because they're mean and evil. And because America rewards them if they hate us. But you see, white people do their dirt in the dark. And she did hers in the light, see? So we can appreciate that about her, if nothing else. But the white cops, the dirty white cops, will do theirs in the dark. And then, say their lives were in danger. But her life was in danger. She wasn't even in danger. She was in the comfort of her home or a car or somewhere making that awful video. Well, I'm glad she's fired. That's all I can say. And there's really nothing that I can say that will make me feel better. And I hope, I just wish that I could have been in there to see her face when she saw that everybody didn't think that video was cute. All right, y'all, let me know what you think about the video and have a good evening.